Calmed from terror now.
Calm.
All right, yeah, how's it going?
All right, watch us on YouTube. Second week in a row.
Yeah. It's a lot calmer.
Start a trend. Yeah, it was less urgent.
Yeah. Less up on the levels. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch us on YouTube if you want. We started getting more bots. I don't know, since like the past 6 weeks.
Bots?
Like, random people. Yeah. Like leaving comments like, oh, amazing content. Check out my page.
Oh, yeah.
And you check it out and there's just loads of those. So I think and all their videos are about, what you should do is you should comment on other people's videos and then they'll come check out your channel. I've got 50 million subscribers. Still, it's nice in this time of social distancing to get random acts of kindness like that.
Yeah.
Even if they are robotic.
Yeah.
I had a call this morning. I had a Facebook message from a stranger because apparently they found my wallet at a nearby supermarket. And obviously, it could have been a trap. So I was like, right, I'll go in and I'll prepare myself.
Are you missing your wallet?
I don't know. I often misplace everything. I left my phone at your house once.
Yeah.
I leave stuff and it's just, I'll find it eventually. I don't need it.
At least it's not
now.
a stranger texting you being like, hey, you've left your phone at Steve's house. What?
yeah. But yeah, I went to go pick it up and they thought I was going to be really angry that they had my wallet. Which, to be fair, I walked in, like, ready, for to be pounced upon.
Yeah, but they met you. They met you in a supermarket.
Yeah.
That's a pretty public place. There's no real danger there.
Well, the supermarket is the people that texted me. So it was the supermarket saying, like, we've got your wallet, and they thought I was going to be upset. So I just kind of, but I just walked in, and they were kind of like, I think that they obviously all memorized my face.
Right.
Because I've got one of those faces that you try to forget, but unfortunately you can't.
It just screams
so
danger.
They're like, you're the guy with the wallet, right? And I was like, yes. They're like, well, here it is. Like, thank you. And then just like backed away, keeping my back to the walls. It was a great success, but it was a random act of kindness. It was a weird thing to experience in this time.
Yeah.
Not that there's more horror. It's just like, oh, it's more appreciative. Whereas before it's like, oh, cheers. And I was like, oh, it's a reason to go out of the house.
That's good.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's great. This has really upped my social interaction count for the day.
Yeah, now I can't leave my house again today. Thanks.
Yeah.
I think they fell out of my swimming trunks because like my swimming trunks have got bad pockets. So I was like, oh, okay. I wore my swimming trunks to Tesco that day.
What? Why are you wearing your swimming trunks in public?
Because then you don't have to worry. You don't. They wash a lot easier. You just kind of jump in the bath with them, and it saves on laundry. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, some of them have got like very weird pockets. Not enough to carry keys, phone, and a wallet, so it just throws one out every now and then.
Yeah.
So yeah, what else happened this week? Oh, went on a date.
Oh yeah.
You been on many dates during the lockdown?
No.
Oh, it's lovely. It's beautiful.
We've done
beautiful isolation dates.
We've done date nights at home, but not like been out.
Oh, how boring.
Because everywhere's shut.
You didn't go to a KFC car park?
No, is that where you went?
Yeah.
You went to a car park?
But went to a KFC car park on my own so I could FaceTime with somebody else from the outside world. And like, yeah, they were very adamant about drinking. So I was like, okay, I'll bring a bottle of wine and drink that in the car park. That'd be great.
That's not the best idea. I'm going to drive so I can drink and then drive home.
Afterwards. yeah. No, I walked home afterwards, but I tried to make it into a little game with the police because, like, I liked the idea. If any police came up to me, I'd be like, "Excuse me, I'm on a date. Do you mind?" But then, then I could probably hide the booze. But I heard, I imagine dating in a car park is classed as like unnecessary travel, or something like that. So I didn't want to get fined.
It's not unnecessary. You're trying to repopulate the earth.
I'm mankind's only hope.
Drinking alone in a KFC.
Can I just every now and then talking to the big colonel like fucking picture on the side?
He knows.
How's it going, Colonel? My life's going great. So yeah, so had a date in a car park. Technically,
yeah,
was more on my own. And then yeah, Tesco gave me my wallet back. It was nice of them. So yeah, it's a generous day, generous week.
Yeah.
You've been up to much? More sweeping, more de-legionairsing?
No, we've been in the hot tub this week as opposed to just cleaning it. It's been quite good. It's nice.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Can't beat them. More work seems to be kicking back in, weirdly. So, yeah, so things are going well. Definitely approaching an overworked kind of point, weirdly.
Yeah.
I'm benefiting from this whole virus situation because I'm doing everyone else's shit.
Yeah, well now it's the point where companies go, well, we can't sell anything, so how about we figure out what we're going to marketing thing next time we open.
Yeah.
So let's try and find video for people to, what we can do with people.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Some people be alright, but yeah, I'm definitely the same. Just like, it's just so much. Yeah, my company's a lot busier as well, so it's lots of work. But to be fair, it's not that much more than normal. It's just I can't leave the house.
Well, that's the thing, like,
trapped.
My life tends to be pretty uneventful when I'm allowed to leave the house. Like, now it's just like, I don't know. There is nothing in the world. There is nothing happening. I'm just like, I'm either watching shit or working on shit. And that's it. Like, there's nothing outward kind of happening to me, I guess.
It's kind of like Groundhog Day in that respect.
A little bit, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You can't really see the world going by.
Yeah.
But you're still doing things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Throwing a toaster in the bath or whatever.
And I'm still not going mental. I'm still not bummed out that I can't leave and do stuff. Like, I think it's more just the kind of person I am. And they've just said today that, like, oh, it's going to last at least another 3 weeks. And I just like, I don't care.
Yeah, I think there is a larger gap in our personalities, I think, than I previously thought. I mean, it's say something like, I think it's why we go after certain things. And I've said it to you before. There's like, both of us have this kind of, I should start running every morning because I probably just should. You know? Yeah. It's just like, I'm getting old and it should, there's some kind of weird social obligation to do this. I'm not going to be able to do it when I'm older. But I think that with a lot of exercise for me was like, no, this is absolutely necessary. Because I did it from a young age, I think it just kind of ingrained in my system. The fact that I haven't gone to a gym, even though I wasn't going to the gym regularly, I would go to the gym sporadically and hit it hard. And I'd be like, right, now I've reset. I don't really have that at the moment. And I've got weights here that I've set up. But,
weren't you setting up your home gym situation?
Yeah, well, I can't remember whether I've spoken to you about it, but I've got I've got a bit of a physical thing going at the moment where, you know, arthritis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got it. I think it's just like, I've got the symptoms of it where just my hands, if I pick up anything, like even if I tie like a cord around your waist, then it feels there's a lot of pain there. So I was like, oh, I'll get the weights out. That'd be great. And then I was like, well, if I can't tie a cord or pick up something light off the ground, what am I going to bench press?
Yeah, but once you've got it in your hands, you're just kind of cradling it. There's not a lot of grip there on a bench press.
No, but just having the weight on it.
Oh, right.
Like I say, if you tie a pajama cord, for example, or a waist or trouser cord, just the force that's there is just like, ugh. It's a really weird kind of pain. So, I haven't been able to do that much of that. Wanted to swim, really.
But there's a couple of things. Firstly, it could be gout. That's not...
This is true. I did look into that.
Not as bad.
Fingers crossed, ow.
Yeah, which is just like a build-up in the joints of doing too much of something. Like, it can be too much
barbecue sauce.
No, it could be too much of anything.
It's
it could be,
isn't it? Yeah.
For alcoholics, it's too much booze. For people who like a lot of sugar, it's too much sugar. Like it's too much of something in particular, and it causes build-ups in your joints, and it can happen to anybody who indulges too much in something.
Yeah, I definitely indulge in a lot of sugar.
Yeah,
I'll be the first to phrase that. I think as a minimum, about 10 litres of sugar. Probably a
which is a diabetic. is impressive.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
But but that kind of comes and goes. So like, I need to get it checked out anyway, because as you say, yeah, it can just be something like gout, and I think gout can be helped with like anti-inflammatories, that kind of thing. So there is a potential thing to manage it with a home gym.
But also, you got arthritis medicine for Christmas at some point.
I did. Or was it for my 21st?
Well, I mean, it was for a dog, but
it was for a dog. Yeah, so premonitions. So I messaged you once saying I was going to start drinking alcohol instead of sugar because it was more fun to be an alcoholic. That's when I was like 23.
Yeah.
And I didn't follow through with that. Now I'm diabetic. So I guess I'm also slowly evolving into an arthritic dog.
Yeah. Which is every man's dream.
Yeah. I want to be a dog that struggles to run in an open field.
Yeah.
That'd be the best.
Yeah. Push through the pain.
They won't get questioned.
Catch.
Yeah. But yeah, back to the 3 weeks isolation thing. Yeah, for me, it's like, I can't go for a swim. You know what I mean? It's just like, that would be something that'd be really nice to go out and do. In all this overworkness, something that I used to do quite a lot was get like massages. Can't really do that in a viral lockdown. So now I'm just kind of hitting my back with an old guitar. And that's not helping.
Wow.
So just got to try and figure out a way to keep it going, really. Although, like I say, the majority, I said last week, the panic's kind of leveled out, I think, across the country. Lots of stuff have kind of gotten back to normal now, isn't it? So it's not as a shock anymore. Now everyone's a bit more used to it.
Well, I'd say it throws everyone into disarray for a bit, and they go out and buy too much toilet roll, and then they find a routine of not buying so much toilet roll, I guess, and that everyone kind of settles down. It's just the fact that so many people's like daily routines consist of going out. Like, I know a load of people that are going crazy because they can't go to the gym, but over time they've worked out some stuff they could do at home. Yeah, it's like, it's not as good, but it ticks the box.
Yeah, so I think the next 3 weeks at least will be a bit more easy than I think the first 3.
Yeah,
but it's going to go on for a long time.
Yeah,
I reckon it's still going to be like 3 months or so.
That's the thing. Well, there isn't going to be a point where it's like, okay, everyone back to normal now. Like, it's going to phase in. I think we're probably going to be feeling this for the rest of the year at least.
Well, they're going to have to bring back some sports, right, to keep the people occupied, but you can't have team sports. So there's going to be a weird blend of like hot air ballooning and javelin. And is it going to be the people in the balloons throwing the javelins, or the people on the ground throwing the javelins at the balloons?
Yeah.
Whatever the people want.
I think I'd rather throw. In either situation.
He's got gold. He's happy with the gold. Oh! It's what he would have wanted.
Yeah.
Good. Fucking, yeah, golf mixed with dynamite.
Golf is already a very socially distant sport.
Yeah.
I think. And cricket, you're constantly running away from each other. Yeah, true. I guess you're really just the contact sports you can't do. Rugby would just be not as fun. No.
That would kind of be it.
You could do Zorb rugby.
True, but was that Bubble Boy? Was that the film? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Bubble Boy protected this whole thing. I think it was a film about some boy who lived in a bubble. The Boy in the Bubble, something like that.
All right.
Yeah. So it's weird Olympics. Yeah. Anyway, on to the news. There's a quick update on what the world's doing to cope with this whole thing. You know what Indonesia's doing? You know Indonesia.
Roughly.
Yeah, they're deploying ghosts to scare people into staying inside. If the living can't help you, then maybe the dead.
Unleash the ghosts.
Yeah. Now is the time for ghosts. Indonesian leader, including President Joko Widodo, in brackets Jokowi, have been slow to react to the coronavirus pandemic and resisting a national lockdown. The capital, Jakarta, has ordered a 2-week closure of offices and banned gatherings of more than 5 people, but it hasn't directly ordered people to stay at home.
We don't need a lockdown. We've got ghosts.
Exactly. You can gather in groups of up to 5. You can go outside, but the streets are riddled with the spirits of the dead.
Yeah.
You decide what
Indonesia.
You want to do. Apparently, it's the locals have decided to summon these undead spirits.
Summon
since
them.
Indonesia. That's what you do with a ghost, right? You don't invite a ghost.
I suppose if
You
everybody's
invite
got a
vampire.
Ouija board, get on it.
You get on it, dial a ghost.
Yeah.
Indonesia apparently loves horror. Their folklore contains hundreds of tales of ghosts and ghouls. What better tool to keep people indoors than ghosts?
Well, it's not going to keep them in if they love it. If someone said to me, "Oh, there's a ghost outside," I'd fuck off outside. And be like, where the fuck is this ghost?
I've got to shake that ghost's hand.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. You're going to wash your hands before you see the ghost? Fuck off, it's a ghost. I think it's going to be fine.
He's already dead. Ghosts aren't
Yeah,
contagious.
What's he going to give me? Anjar Pankintias, head of a village youth group that coordinated with the police on the unconventional initiative. They coordinated it with the police. Ghosts and police.
Yeah.
Bring them together, and we've got lockdown. And Corona would never have seen it coming. But yes, as you say, Steve, while many people remain superstitious, it won't come as too much of a surprise that others actually came outside to try and catch a glimpse of the ghosts. One person did point out that ghosts should be careful not to spread the virus themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, don't infect the ghosts.
So weird.
They have apparently they started off on a schedule, like they were coming out at certain times, but that was too predictable. So in cooperation with police, they've started doing surprise ghost patrols so that people can't expect where to lie in wait for a sighting. And a surprise ghost is always going to be more scary than one that sticks to schedules. So
Yeah.
it's not wrong.
Just-
A random ghost is scarier than a predictable ghost.
But just everybody, the rest of the world is treating the situation like they've been watching Outbreak, and Indonesia's been watching Scooby-Doo.
Well, Italy's got a drone mayor going around insulting people.
Yeah.
And the rest of Indonesia's going, ooh. I think we should stay inside, I guess.
Yeah.
Fucking ghosts outside. Yeah, so if you're in Indonesia, don't be worried if there's a bunch of ghosts patrolling in police uniforms or with police authority. Elsewhere, in Colombia, as we said before, I think it's Italy's waters are becoming blue again. Thailand's overrun with monkeys.
Venice,
all because there's no tourism. Yeah, Venice water's going blue. Also, the hippopotamuses in Colombia that were brought in as drug mules by Pablo Escobar are thriving in the country's river ecosystem.
Excellent.
I think all Scarface-style drug dealers have always got a dream of retirement.
Yeah.
I'm going to retire to the... So it's nice to know that the hippo drug mule cocaine kingpins
Yeah.
are able to realise that dream.
Everyone else has drug mules. We have drug hippos, and they're doing really well.
So step up.
They're not devastating the natural environment at all.
Yeah. Newly introduced non-native herbivores, such as Escobar's cocaine hippos, could revitalise and enrich ecosystems, and do so in locations around the world. And people criticise the drug trade. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
it's saving lives, ecosystems.
Yeah.
Geography mastermind.
Reintroducing wildlife to places where they just shouldn't be.
Yeah. Which is either really bad, but if you're a cocaine hippo, I'm pretty sure that everything you do is going to be great, at least to you.
Yeah. Hippos are already pretty terrifying. Not to watch, but I guess to be around. I like seeing them on TV and stuff. That's kind of fascinating. But aren't they like the deadliest animal in the savannah as far as people go?
I believe
they kill more people than
yeah.
fucking lions and shit.
Yeah.
They don't tell you that when you're a kid.
People don't think they're bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people tell you that bears are great. Bears are really cuddly. They'll give you a hug.
Yeah, they will, and then they'll eat you. Yeah,
they shoot love from their chest.
They hug you,
They care
and
a lot, those guys.
they don't stop hugging you until you're dead.
To be fair, the same can be said about chipmunks, right? Oh, chipmunks, 3 of them got adopted by this guy. Now they're all clever and they're in a band.
Yeah.
Like, hey, chipmunk, can you sing a song?
I remember there was a spate when we were kids. It was on the news of like old people being attacked by squirrels. It became a real problem because like the squirrels are fucking everywhere in this country, and old people would like put food out for them or go up to them to try and feed them, and the squirrel would feel cornered and just like just go at them, and like people having their faces ripped apart and all kinds of shit. Like squirrels will fuck you up.
Yeah. When I was a kid, my friend told me that once a squirrel bites you, it never lets go.
Ugh.
So like it's probably like it used to be red squirrels and then they were overtaken by grey.
Yeah.
So like maybe people were used to feeding red squirrels and like, oh, grey squirrels, they're probably the same. They're not the same at all. The element of surprise.
I think we're due a new non-native species. I'm just not sure what I'd like, because the British animals are pretty dull. We don't have like the big, like in America you've got bears, and in some places you've got wolves. They've reintroduced buffaloes. Like that's pretty cool. But and then you've got all the savannah shit in Africa, and like Mexico's now got cocaine hippos. Like we could do with something. I know they were on about reintroducing wolves to Scotland, and a couple of people were like, "That's a terrible idea."
Please don't. I want to live.
But like to the Highlands, it makes sense because they were getting overrun with deer, and they're vastly unpopulated. So it did make sense.
I just get all those monkeys from Thailand. Let's bring them over here.
I don't like monkeys, man. I don't get people's obsession with them.
Oh, they're hilarious.
Hilariously face-rippingly monkey.
Yeah, well, only when you talk to them.
When you don't feed them.
When I was in Japan, I went to some kind of, I forget what it's called, but I think it was meant to be an old volcano that was now a lake. It really gentrified since Magma. And it was like a whole city around it, and there was monkeys in the volcano area, in the city up there. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It just adds another element of, it justifies my it's a trap philosophy about life.
Yeah.
You just go around life, and yes, you could get attacked, and you can get your face ripped off.
Yeah.
It provides a healthy atmosphere, healthy respect for life.
Well, I found that weird when I went to Amsterdam. Like, you can go around and everything feels pretty normal, almost like British-like, as far as the way things look and the wildlife and everything like that. Same birds and all that shit. And then we went into a park, and there's all this kind of weird squawking and stuff. And I looked up, and there's like a tree full of parrots. Like, just fucking hundreds of them. And it's like, that's just weird enough to be in a country where this many people are stoned. Like, that's perfect. Everything else feels normal, and then suddenly just parrots.
Well, we had that at my school. I think there was some kind of weird green parakeet, and every year there's loads of them would attach themselves to one of the chimneys in the school.
Yeah.
So you'd just be working away, and then suddenly you hear well, it's just the parakeet thing. Fine. Why are they against a chimney? They've industrialized.
The fucking flamingos in London as well. That weirded me out the first time I saw that.
I read something about some flamingo going astray today. Is that what you're talking about, or is that a regular thing?
No, it's a regular thing. It's at one of the parks near the palace. I don't really know London that well.
Yeah.
There's just flamingos knocking about in there, and it's a public park. They could just fuck off if they wanted to, but I guess they live there.
Yeah. That makes sense. There was I can't remember if I saw flamingos, but I saw lots of like storks and kind of stuff in my local park in southeast London. So yeah, it's not like unfeasible that lots of birds would probably chill here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of move on. Yeah. Animals. You got any tips for? Have you learned anything during your stay in self-isolation that you'd like to pass on to the world?
This feels like a strange segue.
Might be.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Charles Bronson does. You remember Charles Bronson, most notorious, most violent criminal?
Yes.
He reached out to The Sun to give some advice on what to do in solitary confinement. The Charles Bronson, 67, who's been in jail for... Hang on. Change the battery. Oh, dear. just as we got onto Charles Bronson. Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Now we're back.
Yeah.
We'll start that paragraph again. Charles Bronson, 67, who's been in jail for 45 years, stressed the importance of exercise, diet, and jigsaws. He describes himself... You got a different kind of pyramid of needs when it's in solitary confinement, and jigsaws plays like a much bigger part than I thought. He considers himself the professor of solitary confinement. Almost half of his 45 years has been spent inside a Hannibal Lecter-style glass cage. Bronson, dubbed Britain's most dangerous inmate, shared some pearls of wisdoms he's gathered behind the bars over the years. I tried to figure out the Charlie Bronson accent, but I couldn't figure out how he was saying these things. He says, right, this is what you got to do. All you lovely people out there who are isolated away. This will help you survive. That's all it is. It's about surviving. Get a good book. Lots of reading. Good advice. It helps pass the time. Do a bit of writing. A poem. A short story. Short story. It's good advice. Do a bit of studying. Something you enjoy. Learn something. Educate yourself. But most of all, work out. Bronson, who still manages to do around 3,000 press-ups a day.
Oh, God.
It's got nothing else to do, right? Fuck it. I'm going to count to 1,000 today. 3,000. You can work out in the garden or a spare room or in your bedroom or in the front room.
Or in your glass box.
And, in your Hannibal Lecter cage. He says you've got to search yourself. Find your inner self, your true being. And now you've got plenty of time to do that. After 45 years of prisons and asylums, I've worked out my own regime. Also, watch good TV documentaries. Learn, because the world is beautiful. There's so much to learn. Relax a bit more. Sleep in, just chill out. Don't panic, and don't stress out. Bronson. That's pretty good advice, to be fair.
It's not bad. The weird thing is that he's one of those, like, from watching the film, it is just called Bronson, isn't it?
Yeah.
He doesn't...
Great film.
Yeah, it is great. But one of the things that's so weird about him is the juxtaposition between the way he carries himself and extreme violence. Like, it's the fact that he is switched on. Like, there is he does seem like a clever guy, but it's just juxtaposed against smashing people's faces in.
Yeah, it's just veiled with overwhelming violence.
Yeah, and an amazing moustache.
Yeah. But yeah, it's some pretty good advice. I mean, I didn't expect us to reach out to Charlie Bronson. I mean, imagine he reached out to us to kind of give us a bit of advice. Because yeah, he's probably more versed in isolation after 45 years of it.
Yeah.
Than I imagine the rest of us are. So why not? Guy's a legend. Now on to one of my favourite headlines for a while. A man has accidentally ejected himself from a fighter plane during a surprise flight given as a gift by colleagues. I'm just going to read on. A passenger accidentally ejected himself from a fighter jet. The 64-year-old startled as the force of a 64-year-old. This is during takeoff, by the way, very shortly afterwards. The 64-year-old was startled as the force of acceleration caused him to lift out of his seat. So he went, whoa, panicked, grabbed the ejection handle. Seconds after takeoff, boom, boom. It's all in the article. I can't comment, so we'll keep on going. There was a load of different errors that led to that happening.
One of them was putting a 64-year-old man in a fighter jet.
Peer pressured into it. He didn't want to do it. It was a surprise gift from his company.
Oh.
You know how, like,
most
you get
people
Secret
buy them a
Santa.
Rolex or something. Like,
yeah, Secret Santa, you get given, I don't know, a hat or something, and you put it on.
Yeah.
Because, like, well, I guess I got to put it on, right?
yeah.
This guy's got a fighter jet. So apparently, the flight was only meant to go 3 Gs because he didn't want to do it, and he's 64. So just like as a casual kind of thing. However, this was never communicated to the pilot. And experts believe that the passenger may have felt insecure as the plane climbed from 3.5 Gs to 4 Gs. And apparently, I can't remember, what's the guy's name? I need to know his name. Oh, they don't give it. Fair enough. But the guy had anti-gravity trousers on that were badly fitted. So I'm assuming because of all the G-force, you're being thrown around, so you need to be anchored down. Maybe they do it through anti-gravity trousers. I don't know. I'm assuming they mean heavy trousers.
Is it something to do with, like, they're pressurized so that you don't lose blood in your legs or something like that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, could be. Yeah, like those weird socks that prevent you from having...
maybe. Anti-gravity is a weird name for a pair of trousers. Like...
yeah. But he's going 1 more G than he should be. The tin strap on the man's helmet was also not fastened, so that flew off as soon as he...
Oh, God.
So just like... Boom! Hats off, legs up, the trousers aren't working. Eject! Experts have said that the man's watch showed his heart raced from 120 to 145 beats per minute. These experts they're probably just watching the screens, right? They're not like looking at the plane. They've seen that. They've seen that a load of times. But this heart rate's going pretty fucking high.
Where's he gone?
Oh, jeez, it's just great. The civilian, who was a director at a defense company, had no experience of flying in a military plane and had never expressed any interest in doing so. But he felt he could not refuse in front of his colleagues.
Oh.
I guess I'll get in the fighter jet, I guess. It's not what I wanted to do today. I never wanted to do this.
I work in accounts.
All the fucking people watching and clapping. Clive's having a great time.
I just wanted to do everyone's payroll today. That was the height of excitement in my day.
Yeah. Luckily, his parachute deployed and he landed in a field before being taken to hospital with minor injuries. The pilot managed to safely land the plane back on the runway, despite the loss of the canopy and passenger.
Jesus.
But apparently, I didn't know this, but when the passenger ejects, the pilot is meant to be automatically ejected as well.
Wow.
I didn't know, and luckily that didn't happen. There was some kind of malfunction.
Oh God! So
But
it could have
that seems
just
a bit
wasted
intense,
the
right?
plane.
Yeah, wasted the plane, wasted whatever the plane landed on.
Yeah.
You know, just that feels like a weird system. But I guess you only eject if it's an emergency, and you want to save everyone on the plane. So I guess it makes sense that they eject everyone, but not on like a, this kind of, I don't know, voucher kind of deal, right?
No.
So yeah, that made me laugh for a couple of days. Oh, that's for me. Oh no, I've never expressed any interest of ever doing. Go on. All right.
Well, it's like
Fuck.
It's like the whole balloon ride thing has become quite popular. People buying each other balloon rides.
Oh, really?
And I think buying something for anybody where they are taken like 3,000 feet into the air is a risky move. Like, if they've never said, oh, I want to go in a balloon or I want to go in a plane or whatever. Like, I understand buying people track days. I've seen that loads. It's just like, well, you just get in the car, you go round and then you park up and then you leave. Like, it's fine. But, like, not like, bye. Like,
good luck.
Sending
I hope you come
relatives
back
into
down
the
sometime.
sky.
Well, I hang on. There's a memory in here somewhere. I knew somebody briefly who worked intimately with
and they hit
balloon
eject.
captains. Yeah. No, there was for some reason, I can't remember why, but for some reason they had an open line to lots of balloon captains. And I thought it was very strange that hot air balloonists called themselves captains.
Oh.
Like the space, the final frontier, but in a balloon. It's just like, you're not really a captain. I guess you are, but you're not a plane. Stop thinking you're a plane.
Silly. That's like having a like a rowing boat and calling yourself a captain. It's like,
yeah,
you're
it's
just in
ego.
the boat.
Don't send your relatives.
You're not a captain.
You're just here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, don't send your relatives into the sky with someone with such an egotistical disorder that they need to feel like they own the sky. Because then things get territorial, and a hot air balloon is pretty small. You don't want to be in a territory war in there.
No.
Anyway, in other news, was this? Yes, some stuff from the audience. We've got some emails in. So we've gone through some of those. A Venezuelan Navy coastal patrol boat sank in the Caribbean after ramming a cruise ship that it had ordered to change direction. So there's a lot of words there, but basically there's a cruise ship in the sea.
Right.
What do you call them? Yes, sea patrol. The Navy comes out, says move. They say no. The Navy rams the ship. The Navy sinks.
Great Navy.
Yeah, the owners of the Portuguese-flagged Resolute said the naval vessel Neguata also fired shots in an act of aggression, like turn around, bang, 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 bang. No. The collision left the cruise ship, which has a reinforced hull for sailing in icy waters, withstood only minor damage. So it just kind of shrugged off the Navy ramming into Venezuela accused the boat of an act of aggression. You hit it. Yes, we hit you, but then we sank. That's you being aggressive, all right?
It's a very aggressive cruise ship.
Yeah. Well, Venezuela said it didn't rule out that the cruise ship could have been transporting mercenaries to attack military bases in Venezuela.
It's a cruise ship.
Yeah, you don't get into the mercenary murder mentality by relaxing with a game of bingo.
No.
And an on-ship pool.
Yeah, and a Frank Sinatra impersonator.
No, it probably had mercenaries on it. That's why we sank. Okay. Are you sure this wasn't a bigger boat?
Yeah. Come fly with
always
me.
a bigger boat.
Let's fly away.
Yeah, it happened in Venezuela at the end of March, that was, apparently. So I've got a little bit of lag. Come on, you can do it. Oh, that's actually my last thing. I didn't realise.
Oh. All right then.
So yeah, that's me for this week.
All right. Just a few headlines. Just trying to keep things a bit positive in the light of coronavirus and see some of the positive effects of it. This March 2020 was the first March in the US without any school shootings since 2002.
All it took was thousands of deaths. Is that just because the schools are closed?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah,
I mean, they were open for a bit. They were open for a bit in March.
Yeah.
So, like, it's reduced opening hours, I guess. But yeah, I mean, that's good. Everyone's turned to homeschooling. If there were more school shootings and everyone was being homeschooled, that would be a bit terrifying.
Yeah. Well, there's... I think there was a study that, like, most of those mass shootings are occurred by people with mental health disorders.
Yeah.
And I imagine an encroaching global pandemic plague is going to affect mentally disordered people in a way as well.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like that evil defeats the evil voices.
Yeah, but also,
So
like, the
maybe
ones
we
that
should be-
are like, I want everybody dead are actually all right. Like, someone else is doing it for them.
Yeah. The pleasures of management.
Yeah.
You know, they think they're the senior CEO of death.
I'm the captain of the
Oh, they're
pandemic.
going out and do it. Yeah. You hit my boat, you sink.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happens.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
In other bright news, the semen-smelling trees of Hudson Valley are blooming early this year.
Well, that people are encouraged to get their exercise once a day. I didn't know they were wanking into the trees.
So apparently it's called a calorie pear tree, and they smell like semen.
Oh, okay. They don't sniff out semen.
No,
Right.
they smell
Well,
like
that's
semen.
what it was. Like people wanking in a park, and the trees just start leaning in that direction.
Yeah,
The guy sees it as intimacy.
everyone says the flowers are really nice, but the stench is horrific.
Looks lovely. Doesn't smell.
No,
Doesn't smell like home.
no.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
That's fair.
yeah. Sorry, was a
No, they're saying
no.
cool.
Yeah, semen trees.
Semen trees.
The Forest Service in Iceland has recommended hugging trees while you can't hug others. Which, yeah.
Oh yeah. I think-
They've been
guess,
clearing paths
but
through the
then-
woodlands and particularly like about by and around trees so that people can hug the trees instead.
That sounds a lot like car park KFC dating to me.
A little bit.
Like, I can't really judge because that's probably about as weird as getting drunk in a car park to a phone.
Not really. You had interaction with a person.
That's true, but all those, I can't remember what episode it was, but there were trees that had unique identifiers and personalities. I think that was in Australia or New Zealand. Maybe that spread. Maybe they
that was
artificially
Australia.
aware.
Yeah.
They're
And
like voicemail messages, or you create a voicemail message, I can't remember.
yeah, they gave all the trees email addresses. Yeah.
There you go.
That was it. But they, I mean, I think I did a phone number one, but they did legitimately give a load of trees email addresses.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's just one step towards intimacy, right? And then what do you do once you've pen palled to someone over the internet for a while? You meet up and you give it a hug in a wood. So
Yeah.
it's the next phase in human evolution.
Yeah.
We're going to start photosynthesizing,
Yeah.
cross-pollinating.
In sad news, do you know Yuri Tolochko?
No.
He's from Kazakhstan. He's a bodybuilder.
Okay. Okay.
Amidst the outbreak, he's had to postpone his wedding to his love doll.
It was a special day. I didn't want to ruin it for her. To be surrounded by her loved ones. You know, Barbie, Ken. You know, couldn't attend. It's like a sex doll.
Yeah. He was planning on getting married to it on the 29th of March. I think it was 29th. And he had to postpone the day because I guess guests couldn't come to the wedding.
To be fair, of all the weddings in the world, that's one you wouldn't want to miss, right?
Yeah.
You'd be like, reorganize it, please. I'll make time.
He put it on Instagram. There were loads of people underneath being like, no, I was really looking forward to this.
To be fair, as a bodybuilder, he's probably got an amount of strength that probably means he could accidentally kill a few people if he tried to have a relationship with them.
It's just safer
Probably
this
better
way.
if it was a doll.
You're insane.
Yeah, well, just dolls, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's...
You can't judge it, but you kind of got to be like, it feels like, unfortunately, you've had to marry a doll.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a...
Well, I saw the guy.
celebration as such.
He's not a particularly unattractive guy. Like,
yeah, but it's just his head.
I couldn't get a read on it as to whether it was serious or not. Because I was looking at him and being like, you wouldn't have to settle. Like, I'm pretty sure you could find somebody. But maybe he is just mental. And you could be an attractive person that's attracted to inanimate objects, I guess.
Yeah, and I think just there's this, there's some people who are looking for something very specific. I mean, there's an old Louis Theroux documentary about following the porn industry. And there was this one guy who was like mature for the industry. He's been in it for a while and he was looking for love. So every scene he had, he tried to get kind of connected to his partner, and they always just rejected him. So it's really sad.
That is kind of sad.
It's just like, unfortunately, there's some people who are just, even it's not necessarily physical, you know, they're so desperate or something like that they can't, you know, people just get, ugh. And dolls don't judge, so I guess that makes sense. It's not the worst thing, not the worst.
Right.
Put it that way.
There's a couple more coronavirus ones, and then I'll end on a different one.
Okay.
Chile is counting those who've died of coronavirus as recovered because they're no longer contagious.
You're cured! Congratulations!
So all the people there that have died, they've put those numbers in their list of number of people who've recovered. Statistically, they're like, well, they can't infect anyone else now, so technically, they don't have it anymore.
Well, they could if you don't bury them, right? I mean,
well, I thought that, yeah.
It's probably still going to live in them, so.
Well, I think it's
if you bury someone, they're not contagious anymore.
They've passed. It's after the 14-day period, so they've been dead for 2 weeks, so they're fine now.
Okay. They've recovered. They're all great now. Everyone's fine. But why? I don't understand. I guess it's to make themselves appear as if they haven't got, you know, they've got a better track record of dealing with this whole thing.
I guess, but I looked at it and it's like they've only had like 90 people died and 900 recover so far. So it's like it doesn't even dent it that much.
Yeah. Just, I guess maybe they might seem more reliable economic wise. I don't know whether that would be a thing.
It's just
it's a global thing. It's not like it's only happening in one country.
Yeah.
No, this is fucking everywhere, mate. Fucking like at least I think it's an average of at least 700 people dying every day in the UK.
Yeah.
You don't have to fucking boost that number or reduce that number. It's like, well, it's just what's happening, so just have to record it.
Yeah. This is kind of... Oh, this is sad. A German zoo have said they may have to feed animals to each other.
How very German. Just like the guess.
Well, now we only have to feed one animal.
Let us break down the problem. I can't do it. I cannot do a German accent.
That's Austrian.
Maybe. Yeah, it's all over the place. But yeah, like we have 50 animals and we have one bag of meat. What if we put half the animals inside the bag of meat? Problem solved.
Yeah. They made a point, which is like the zoo is one of those things that can't just close. Like they can't go into hibernation. Like they have to feed the animals. They have to heat the tropical areas and everything like that. Like they have to have people employed to feed the animals. Like they can cut down on some staff, but the most part of a zoo is necessary.
Yeah. So you'd either have to get more staff or you'd have to reduce the zoo.
And they're having trouble getting funding because feeding a lion in the middle of Berlin is not necessarily more important than feeding these people.
Yeah. Plus, zoos have been more online recently because they've been showing them, like, people have been watching them remotely.
Yeah.
So, like, you could have some pretty big gladiatorial matches, right? Like, I'd like to see an elephant eat an alligator.
Yeah.
I'd love it. That'd be an interesting sight.
Elephant would win. But they could make up some money through gambling.
Yeah. Just like Rambo, just set up kind of weird scorpion matches, all that kind of thing.
Yeah, like seal races. I don't know, just things. They could definitely do something.
Yeah, pit the penguins against birds. I don't know. That seems cruel, but I like cruel. Let's do it.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no. What they were saying was that if they
got wings.
What they were saying was if they can't afford to feed the animals, then they'd have to euthanize them. Or like certain ones of them, and then worst comes to worst, they'd have to feed those to the to the others. They said like seals need an astonishing amount of fish every day, and they're also like getting incredibly bored because they've got no human interaction.
Oh.
Which like makes up like a huge part of their day. Like it's if you're in a small enclosure, you require the interest of people being around you, and there's no one at the zoo.
Yeah, it's a well, it's a rough situation. But I guess if you can't import, I thought at first it was they can't import as much food as they need, like you say, like all the fish for a walrus or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably more just the staff. If there's not enough staff to manage the park, then
it's not that. It's that the parks are having to close because it's a public space, so there's no money coming in. I mean, they're saying like so far this zoo is it's cost them just in food alone £150,000 since it closed, and that's money that they would have made on tickets, so it would have been fine. But they haven't.
But like rebuying all their animals, it's going to cost money, right? I guess it depends how long it's going to go on for.
Yeah.
If it is going to be for another like 3 months, then that's 600k or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, just start etch a sketch that zoo to the ground, I guess.
Yeah.
And then just wait until civilization rebirths itself.
Yeah, it's the animal world version of the Hunger Games.
Yeah, just no food, no employees.
Just open the doors, lock the main door, and leave.
Yeah, more effective than ghosts.
Yeah.
Elephants. I think if Jumanji's taught us anything, it's that the jungle could be a weird place.
Yeah.
They open it up and Alan Parrish runs out. I didn't kill myself. Keeping Robbie Williams in a zoo. What the fuck?
And finally, Eric Troffman of Texas has a novel suggestion for rising sea levels. He said that we should all go and just drink the sea.
Oh, that makes sense.
Everybody go to the beach with a cup and drink the water.
Drink the sea and never piss again.
I don't know why he's in the news, because as far as I can tell, he's just a bloke from Texas. But he said he figured it out when drinking Bud Light one summer with his friends. He said, I was cracking another cold one with Steve and Berto when it came to my mind. Leave him
out of the story, mate. Just leave him out of the story.
We'd poured some beers into a big bowl, and when I grabbed the beer with my glass, I noticed the beer sea level went down.
Hold the presses. Get me the Washington Standard on the line.
I'm going to put this in terms that you layman understand. So the beer sea level.
Aptly named by Berto.
Stand up, Berto. No. The 45-year-old says he's been trying to contact both President Trump and Greta Thunberg about the solution for.
Look, the three of us have been looking for an excuse to contact a 14-year-old girl for years, right? any excuse to harass her, stalk her in any way. I don't know how old she is, but she's a young girl. Greta, beer sea level. Okay.
But instead, he's not had any success, surprisingly. But he does say, yeah, I definitely think it's going to work. The only problem will be that people might need to piss and will just piss right back into the ocean, causing the sea level to rise again, which is fair. When reached out to Thunberg on the issue, she declined to comment. So, obviously not that interested in saving the planet.
No, self-centered.
Yeah.
Not care about drinking that sea level away.
Yeah.
I mean, it does. And there's a whole load of things to pick holes in it, obviously. I don't believe it would work. But, like, it evaporates into the sky every day.
Yeah.
Like, is that not slightly helpful? Whatever your name is, Roberto?
Yeah.
No, I just remember Berto. I don't remember the original guy.
What's the thing? Like, eventually it ends up back in the ocean anyway. The issue is that it won't. Is that it's not freezing, which is where all the excess water's coming from.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The problem is, it's just inevitable, and it's not freezing. We're all going to boil to death.
Yeah. I've been at Sing It Steve.
Yeah, I'm at Nick Snip. We are at Pulling Teeth Pod on Twitter and Instagram. You can also email us at wisdom@pullingteethpodcast.com. Throwing it in.
Yeah, and you can find us on facebook.com/pullingteethpod. And you can find everything, everywhere, everything that we do on pullingteethpodcast.com. Watch us on YouTube. Subscribe, like, comment, share it around. For more.
If you don't boil to death. If you don't drown to death from trying to drink the sea and the piss.
Yeah.
Get in touch. We'll try and cover some stuff.